Prayer book, please turn to page 27, and we'll start with the 7 limb prayer. Gosum gupe gone chatselo ngsham yitu churti malubu tomene saditun tam sheshak Gepa gewanam la jeirong Korwa matom badu le june Dola churki kolo korwa dam Da jengen an jan chu chen Turn to page 97. And we'll do the short mandala at the bottom of the page. Saji perki shushing metok tamri rablin ni degen padi sange jing du mi te hua yidoku nam dak jing la Shok Jetun Lama Dampa Kenam Kichukukala Kense Chujin Trig Jita Tsampe Duje Zima La Shakye Churki Charpa Wakusu Idam Guru Ratamadalakam Niryatayami Chudon soki chonam la chanchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyangi peser namgi dola penchu sanke tu basho Chudon soki chonam la chanchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyangi peser namgi dola penchu sanke tu basho Chudon soki chonam la chanchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyangi peser namgi dola penchu sange tu pasho.
Ninde je wazo na kuje ni je je luze ka ya na la pembo chen na la je je de de lo ze ba. Kanda ya da de me tu na na ba kun de na zo de zo ma ne de ja ja se be so ja sa je je de la. 관계 대전 대바주 가봐 매바 제 매바 쳐봐 매바 나 매바 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 todo de me va je de zoba da mana je daba da na je de no 관계 do je je de daba da me ba da me je de de 고담 de na cha. Oh yeah. Welcome back to mindfulness class. Samula, where we stop?
Let's see. Okay. What the sign is when you have reached the first stage of calm abiding?
I think this text is well translated into English, so you can find I think last Wednesday we did talk about a little bit about object, the size of the object. So in the text it mentioned size of the piece, you know, piece, small piece, yeah, piece. So if it's smaller than that, probably then mind might start to sink together with the body. No, so if it's too big, so then the mind gets wander. There's a lot of space to wander. So that's the size that did mention in the text, but I don't think that you should worry. Whatever size that you are comfortable, so you can use. So nobody going to come to you and measure. So nothing to worry. Certainly, I'm not going to come to measure. So no need to worry. So like see, yeah. So yeah, whatever's like the object's comfortable. So. If you are using some kind of visual image, so the first things, so like as I mentioned, so first you have to look at from your eye. So then after that, you're trying to see through your thought. You're trying to see through your thought. Or whatever the image may be, could be person, could be like tree, could be flower, could be anything. The idea, of course, ultimately idea is to see whole image. But even though you are not seeing the whole image, but whatever you can see, you should stay with that. If you see just some part, stay with that. Okay, try to stay with that. Why? This is the only the thinking 100 different things in the same time. That's not how you make your mind calm and peaceful. So only way to make your mind calm and peaceful is to focus. That's why focus. When you focus, it's not good to have 100 different objects. So that means your energy of your mind, your thoughts have been spread. So that's not good. So you need to place all your mental attention onto one single object. That's how you keep your mind. Eventually, it will make your mind calm and peaceful. That's the proper way to, minimize thoughts. Way to minimize thought. In the beginning, in the first stages, you're just trying to keep your mind on that object. That's all you do. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all you're trying to do. You keep your mind on that object. It's not like trying to see that object crystal clear. No, that's not going to happen. So first thing that you need to, because you can't control your mind. Your mind is all over the place. Here, there, like. Now you wonder why you are not calm. You wonder why you're not calm, peaceful, because there's not just one monkey. There's like 100 monkeys running around. That's why, not calm. So It's better to make it this 100 monkey, better to make it one monkey, easy to manage than 100 monkeys. Oh, so then that's why, when you start to focus in some object, that's exactly how to be present, how to be within, how to be present, how to be within. So now what happens, as we already discussed, now thought rise, different thought rise. Simply notice them. Or you can analyze why thought rise, because information that feeds through six senses. You smell something, you see something, you hear something, you touch something, or you taste something. Through six senses, that's how the information feeds. So that's why thought rise. That's why thought rise. Because unfortunately we are not naturally, but that's a part of human life, because we judge things, we distinguish, we judge. Yeah, we do all kinds of things. We don't just simply receive the information and do nothing. We receive information, we do so many things based on information. A lot of them is not really helpful to you or to somebody else. And just knowing that, then continuously doing that, that's not probably the smartest way to create calm mind, peaceful mind. So now let's say you are now focusing, you are concentrating. What will happen? Or maybe on one hand it may seem like then now you have more thought. That's not true. Because you are already having thought all the time, but that time now you are noticing them. It's there. Before you are just it's there. It's not like there are many more thoughts coming up, because you are simply noticing them. So that's what happens when you're trying to concentrate. What happens? Different thoughts pops up like popcorn. When you put in the microwave, it just pops up. So first pops one, pop, then two, tuck, then probably go crazy, probably like that. So what you should do? That's what happened. That's what happened. Whether you are experienced meditator or you never meditated before, you are just about to meditate. That's what happened. Thought comes. Or so there's two things happening. Appearances, things appears, and there's a reality. There's two things. Most of the time, unfortunately, we don't see the reality. We are just busy with appearances. So how one can get into realities? Each appearance, you look at them so very closely, you examine them thoroughly. For example, like anger. So you are so angry with the person, something happened to you, and that person says something or did something or writes something, that you are so mad, and you now see that person is like something absolute evil. And you just go with that if you don't analyze. When you analyze, now you analyze thoroughly, means you analyze the person that I'm very upset, person that I'm very angry, I hate that person. You try to analyze that person. You cannot find that person. Now you realize where is the object of this absolute, inherent, independent object that is like object of my anger. Where you cannot find. It's all projected. Or that person could be one of your best friend. yesterday. And they say a few unguarded words become your worst enemy. It was your best friend. Now it's like next day it's your worst enemy. How that happens? That happens because few unguarded words, whatever it might be. So yesterday almost felt like you can give your heart to that person. Today, that person is your enemy. So the friend become enemy. The enemy, there is possibility enemy could become friends. If the friends become enemy, why not enemy become friends? Logically, doesn't make sense. So that means tether shen tether komni so truki you do know chichar yangs. Nangsu shimu tajida, you thoroughly examine, reality will appear. Nothing to find. Nothing to find. If you don't analyze, it sounds like absolute something out there. When you're trying to analyze, maybe 90% of that, 99% is maybe projected. 1%, maybe a few unguarded words. Same like attachment. You have become so attached to somebody else. When you try to analyze, like if you go below inch of skin, what do you see? Yeah, that's the reality. So that's the meditation taught by Vasubandhu in Abhidhamma Kosha. If you are having a lot of problem with the attachment to a person, so then that meditation, that's been mentioned. As I said, if your attachment is out of control, you can meditate. Come abiding. Come abiding is not options. You need to do something else. If your anger is out of control, you can't focus. You can't concentrate. You have to do some other meditation to manage the energy of anger down. You can't concentrate. If your attachment is out of control, you can't concentrate. So that's why there are different meditations been mentioned. So see, like at that time they don't have X-ray. They don't have X-ray. So now modern day you have X-ray. You can see. So now then, this kind of like and I think meditation that mentioned is kind of like gross. Not the gross means like, but you can just look at the X-ray. So you see there's the appearance, there's the reality, there's two different things. So anyway, so when you try to concentrate, either you are watching your breath in and out, what happens? Minute you start to concentrate, what happens? Yeah, thought rise. All kind of thought rise. What are you doing? All kind of thought, different kind of thought rise. Notice them, each one of them, just notice them. Maybe do nothing. Just simply be aware. And so this first stage is quite important. That's why I've been talking about this again and again. It's quite important. If the first thing goes well, rest will follow. The first thing doesn't go well, we can just go blah 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 blah. In the day you finish. Oh, now finish. Second stage, third stage, fourth stage, fifth stage. Oh, now finish. What happened? Nothing. So that is not good. So doing that kind of what one should do when you do concentration meditations. After that, each time when you see things, hear things, smell things, taste things, touching things, you don't judge. You don't judge. What do? You do thorough analysis. Each one of them. The thought that feeds through visual image. You don't judge. What do? You thoroughly examine. Then you went beyond appearances. Then you see the reality. So then the disturbing thought will disintegrate. If you see the reality, disturbing thought will disintegrate. Because right now, disturbing thought is so powerful because you are just stuck. You're just stuck with the appearances. You're just stuck with the appearances. You can't move beyond appearances. Why you cannot move beyond appearances? Because you are not analyzing appearances. You are not analyzing them thoroughly. That's why you're stuck. When you start to analyze thoroughly, you see beyond. That's the reality. So at night, you see, maybe you hang some cloth outside, or winter time. For example, like my hometown, when you wash something, you hang there, it get froze. So then night time, it looks like somebody's walking towards you. Nobody's walking towards you, because you just see, like there's number of problems. Seeing is not that much a problem, but believing in, then that creates problems. So now you see the wind blows your own cloth, and you create that cloth into somebody walking towards you, and you freak out. It's your cloth. It's not nobody walking towards you. It's just you kind of forgot that you hang your cloth outside, and you forgot that everything that outside get froze. Then the wind you are trying to go. In my hometown, there's no bathroom. There's no indoor bathroom. You have to go outside. You open the door. All of a sudden, movie, you just freak out. You ran inside the house. If you are kids, you ran inside. Tell everybody. You freak everybody else out. You make everybody scared, including your mother. Of course, the mother is the one kind of like freak out. So there's nothing to say. That person is very serious, saying that somebody is coming. That person is not laughing. There's no jokes. Very serious. Everybody take very seriously. What is all this created by what? Your own cloth. You hang that outside. You are not examining thoroughly. If you think how at night somebody walking towards me, if you think through, you maybe remember, maybe like it's my cloth. Or maybe think froze, maybe. Well, then you go beyond appearances, because appearance is like somebody's walking towards you. That's how it appears. Then you total examine, you went beyond that, then you find out that's your cloth, nothing to be afraid of. Then you can go peacefully outside to use the bathroom. Or is by yourself, you probably never get a chance to go to the bathroom. Then you get stuck in the house all night long. In the morning, then you will find out, nobody's there. Then you find out, your clothes is frozen. That's like appearances, reality. There's two different things. It's not just stuck. We see, then we believe. That is, one person is there because it's like all frozen. It moves like person. 90% projected. Then there's appearances. It's no reality. So, similar, I think, everything. So now you're trying to learn how to do concentration meditations. You're watching your breath in and out. You're trying to focus, or you're trying to focus on rose, tree, waterfall, the for image, whatever that might be. And what happens, as I said, what happens now? Different thought rise. You can just look at them closely. Oh. Now you can look at the thought, or you can look at the object of thought. You can look at the object of thought. There's appearances. If you do thorough examine of the object, then you went beyond appearances, then you reach to the reality, then things are different. That's one way to do. Namdo kanda kanjaba teda tini ngusunja, simply notice them. Notice them. What happened? Just notice, or if you want to look closely to each thought, what happens? Disappears. Why it disappears? Because everything that appears will disappear. Everything that will be born will disappear. Everything that appears will disappear. That's the natural law of causality. There's no explanations. If anything that appears, it will disappear at some point. Because the thought that appears, so first you just simply notice them. Now there's a second step. First you are focusing. And you are kind of like struggling to keep your mind there. So now you become pretty good. Now I can keep before, or like even I can keep like 1 second, it just gets out, it just goes somewhere else. Of course, you need to put effort. Without effort, nothing can be done. Even making a tea, you have to put effort. You can just sit down and wish for tea. So that's not realistic. Nothing can be done. Everything has to put some effort. If you really are interested, you need to put some effort. So beginning, you're just struggling to keep your thought on that object, whatever that object you choose, just struggling to keep there. So now slowly I think you can keep, now I can keep 1 second. That's pretty good. Or maybe 10 seconds now. Now, in modern day, there's a watch you can use. You can even put alarm so you can tell right away. In ancient time, there's no technologies. It's hard to track the time. Now, especially the tech guy knows exactly how to do put the timer there. So maybe like, now I realize before struggling, now 7 seconds, 10 or 11 seconds, I can keep. Because of that, if you can keep 11 seconds, you can keep 1 minute. Logically, it doesn't make sense. That can be extended with some effort. So now you kind of relieve, wow, I never thought that I can keep my mind on the object like more than second. Now I can keep 1 minute with no problem. You're kind of happy. Now you can now really sit, just be on one object. So now it is no more concern. Keeping your mind on the object is no more concern. You can do that pretty well. So now, what are things? Thought that rise. Simply notice them. If you feel like you do need more, then object of thought. That's called appearance. Objects called appearances. So now, you are now going one step beyond, not just noticing them, and you are now analyzing the object of thought. So now you are analyzing the appearance. That means appearance of the thought. The thought that rises based on object. Now you examine the objects. Then you're trying to go beyond appearances to realities. There's one way to do. Or just notice them and look at them very closely. Each thought, look at them closely. What happened? It disappears. You don't have to make it. You don't have to. You don't have to work hard to make it go away. It will disappear. Why? Because it appears. Tse rang yel tong char. What you experience, what you see, absence of thought. That you see, absence of thought. What's there? Nothing. It's the absence of thought. Because you look at thought very closely, thought disappear. What do you see? Absence of thought. That doesn't bother you, because thought bothers, not absence of thought. So in the absence of thought, there's no. It doesn't have substance to, how you say, make your life miserable. It's just there's no substance. Thought has substance that makes our life up and down. Now that thought disappeared because you doing nothing. You just not judging, doing nothing. You just looking them very closely. Namdo kangjes ngolas. You look at the entity or aspect of the thought. You are looking at them very closely. Namdo kangje ngola teches. You are looking at them. Rangyel means it just disappeared by itself. Tongzang char. You see absence. That's all you see. So then, why you say the thought remain there 30 seconds or 1 minute. There's 60 seconds. That is the period of thought. So now, not just looking at thought itself closely, now you are more thinking, more concerned about the length, the period. Period, how you say it? Period? Time of, how is it? Time of thought. Some thought, just disappear. Some thought remain. You come again. For example, anger. It just keep coming back. So there's sometimes it lasts. So quite a long. Not long means it. We don't know how long it lasts. It will last. If it lasts, if anger, strong anger, if it lasts probably 10 minutes, same energy, probably will die. Nobody can survive. I think it only lasts very short period of time. Why? Because it requires so much energy. So that's why it doesn't last very long. It's just, the power, the same energy. That's why you can be angry 2 hours. That's impossible. It's impossible. Impossible to be angry 2 hours. That's I think impossible. So anyway, now you are more you are not looking at just thought. When you look very closely, when thought arise, you're looking them very closely, disappear, experience absence of thought. Now, more worry about the, how is it, time length, how is it? Time period of thought of, how long. Now you are examining that period of thought. Same thing happened, same thing. It doesn't matter. It's like you hit same thing, absence of thought. That's what I experience. That's what you do. No need to do anything. This is important. So this is the obstacles. When you try to focus on something, first struggle is not able to keep your mind on the object. That's the first struggle. So it will get better. Not right from the beginning, it will get better, put with some effort. Over time, you could now learn how to keep it there. What is the next problem? Now, you feel like there's more thought. That's not true. Before you are not aware, now you are being aware of your thought. Before you are not aware. So now you are being aware. So that's look, like what is the best example? Yeah, seeing things. It's not like that you are seeing more things because it's already there. Before you are not seeing them because you are so busy. So now you are seeing them there because now you are more, more, you are more mindful. Oh, this I don't think this here. Yeah, it's been here almost now more than 10 years. So before you are so busy you can't even see this. That happens. People say, "Oh, is that there before?" Yeah, it was there. It was there. It was there 2 years ago. It was there. It's not like somebody put it there, because now you are being more mindful. Now you are seeing more. Doesn't mean there are more things. Somebody put more things there. It's the same thing. Like that. So now you are being aware of your thought. Before you are just busy with thinking and thinking and thinking. You produce 10 monkeys, then you are busy with producing 20 monkeys, 30 monkeys. You are just every day producing more and more monkeys. You are not just looking at them because you are thinking and thinking. So that's why. So now your mind, all your power of your attention, of your thought is on one object. So now you are noticing, oh, there's like more thought. That's not true. Now you are being aware. You are noticing them. Before you are not noticing them. After once you notice them, what do? Do nothing. Look closely, they'll disappear. Or challenge each one of them. Challenge. Oh, challenge. This is important. Then in that case, you become like skilled swordman. Skilled swordman. Oh. Then these thoughts are like arrow that shoot by very talented archer. Don't think that archer don't know what he's doing or she's doing. They know exactly what they are doing, and they are very good at that. No, so they are shooting. Their goal is to hit you. That's all their goal, hit you. It's not like, I don't care whether I'm hit or not. No, their goal is to hit you. That's their goal. And they're not just shooting one arrow, they're shooting probably one after another, like immediately one after another. So you have to become like skilled swordman. It's very talented. You can't just space out. You can't be spaced. How you say? You can? Spaced out. Yeah, you can't space out. You can't space out. You have to be very mindful. Because why? Because there's arrows. Somebody shooting you arrow. Make sure that arrow doesn't hit you. So what do you do? Every arrow that comes towards you, you stop them with your sword. If you get distracted by 1 second, finish. You'll hit, because why? This archer is very talented. Every arrow, if you don't stop, it will hit you. Every one of them, it will hit you. If you space out, like get distracted, like second, pretty much finish. Not probably dead, but wounded or something, hit. So in that case, need to be very, very mindful if you are challenging them. This is very important. Why is it important? Because now keeping my mind on object is no longer concern. Now you are thinking, expand that. I can keep here 60 seconds, no problem. Before, even not 1 second. Now 60 seconds. Now you are more thinking about expanding that time length. So now the challenge is like, now this thought, all this thought. If you get distracted, if you carry out or thoughts, let's say you are trying to do concentration meditation, all of a sudden thought pops up, or do I have ice cream tonight after dinner? So then that thought may say, oh, come, check it out. come. Then you go, the ice cream store takes you to the kitchen. And you look at, then meditation's finished. Kamabari is finished. Kamabari went to the kitchen. Concentration, meditation is looking in the fridge. That is not concentration. Just like, or somebody making some noise. Thought pops up, should say something. Say what? Maybe be quiet. Don't you understand? Everybody, I'm meditating here. Basically, not really meditating. You are not really meditating. So you are carried out by thought, like that. Time is over.
No, so Geshe, if you wanted to do like 10 5-minute sessions, you're on the first stage, you want to do 5-minute sessions and you want to do 10 in the morning. But then you're carried away by this emotion, this need, like going for ice cream, or you're angry at someone. You don't count that as one of those sessions, right? Because that's not calm abiding. You're analyzing now.
If you follow their thought, people, you end up in the kitchens.
Right.
So
right.
that probably should not count, because
right.
Like concentration means you are sitting there. Concentration means you are sitting and concentrating.
Right. And so even if you're sitting and you're carried away by this anger or attachment, even though you're sitting and you look like you're trying to do calm abiding, you can't count that as one of the 5-minute sessions.
Depends. Sometimes people carry out by a second, then they just come back.
Right.
Sometimes they carry out long period of time. They can't enjoy going in the film market, looking around. Then after 5 minutes, they realize, oh, what I'm doing now.
Yes,
so they come back. So
exactly. Exactly. When that happens, then we can't count that. So if our morning is up, then should we try again in the afternoon or in the evening to try to do it again?
If you are like, Alhamdulillah, if you are like tracking how long you can keep your mind object, if you are tracking like that, so then that's like how long your mind's object. So based on that second, you have to count. Make sense? So session, like session. If you are in a session, of course there will be challenge. It's a session. You are saying, okay, 5-minute session. That is 5-minute sessions. First minute, you're pretty good. Second minute, you are carried out. But this is in the session. Oh. Yeah, it's all happening in the sessions. So that is sessions. So
you can still count it. Oh, okay.
That's not the perfect sessions, but you carry out by 1 minute. Went to kitchen looking for cookies or something. Like 30 seconds could be. So that happens in the session. That is the sessions.
Yes.
You can't.
Oh, okay. Thank
but
you.
How long you can keep your mind on the object, so that if you want to count that precisely, that needs to be second based on, like just gets away. Even in the session, that mind gets out of the object, that doesn't count, right? Like that. So. Yeah, so that, if you decide to challenge, you have to be very, very mindful. You have to be very, very mindful. Because arrow is shooting towards you constantly. There's no break. It's shooting you. So you can't just space out. You have tools, you have sword, and you are very good at that, and stop. Till stop shooting the arrows. Then now that archer is now already stopped shooting arrow, you still do that, that's too much. See, the arrow is now already stopped. Now you're still like, trying to stop something. There's nothing to stop. That's like over-applying antidote. That's like over-applying. That's like waste of energy. Why you do this again? It's a waste of energy because nobody's shooting. The archer is already stopped. Because archer realized now he or she cannot hit you. That's why they stop. Because so that's what that means. Now thought Before it's like kind of a bombardment. Now, almost you can count, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can almost count now. Pretty good. And eventually, there will be only one thought. There will be no thought to count. There will be only one thought. Positive thought, not just thought. There's positive thought. Okay, next hour, I'm going to just focus there. There will be no thought. There will be no thought. In the beginning, there were so many thoughts. Now there's few you can count. And eventually, there will be no thought. You can just see this. No? Yeah, no thought. It really happens. If you start, it really happens. No? So don't think that it happened to me. It never happened to me. So, but it will happen. So if you put some effort, it will happen. That's the object. Or looking at thought, your thought. Awareness, your thought. What do you see? Nothing. It doesn't have color shape. Your thought, you're looking at that with the full force. Simji means full force. Chirchi means like not just looking around like that. You're looking very, with full concentrations. It's not just going like that. You're looking. Simji dimla chirchi. Oh. So that's one way to start. One way to start is just looking at the thought, looking at your thought, or looking at object. Oh. So now there's no less obstacle, less thought. Now the duration of your thought on the object is pretty good. Staying there, it's there, standing there. Oh, the probably it's like sometimes it's sitting here, sometimes sitting here, sometimes sitting here, sometimes sitting here. That's good. It's on the object. Sometimes sitting whole prayer wells, sometimes just sitting the tip there. Or now eventually seeing pretty good. Seeing pretty good. So you are not carry out the thought pops up. You just look at them very closely. You don't follow them. And then now, before you are dragged into kitchens a few times. Now it's take much effort to you to thought to drag you to the kitchen. It's take much thought. Or you already there's nothing to think about kitchen because everything's prepared. You have ice cream, you have cookies, you have everything there prepared before meditations. Because now you're being more mindful. So there's being more mindful because now everything is prepared. So why there's something's missing? Because you're not being mindful. You go to the store, come back, there's something missing. They go again, they come back, there's something missing. There's not being mindful. Now you become more mindful. Everything's in the place. Nothing is missing. So now that thought, elephant that's dragging you to the kitchen is gone. It's gone. So now what happens? You are not free from obstacles. You are not free from obstacles. Now you could sit. So you could sit. The one problem is now your head goes down, may hit on the table, then you're awake because you are kind of falling asleep. That's like sinking, you are kind of sinking. So now there's not much happening because you keep thought you are on the object, not much happening. So that could, create the cause to be, not really meditating, half sleep, half kind of meditating. You can tell Are you awake? Are you asleep? Are you awake? One point it sounds like you are awake because you are moving your hand with the malas, or you are saying the word. One point that you are snow, you wakes you up. At that point you realize you are sleeping, not really meditating. So all kind of things happen. That's why the monks, they learn in the monastery. The most difficult position like this, they could take one of the best nap. That also require effort over time. It doesn't happen first day. It happens like after month, week after year, year. So you have to sit there every day from 5 o'clock to every day, 5 o'clock in the morning. You have to go. There's no choice. You have to go sit there a few hours. Over time, it's not like happen one day. The intention is not to learn how to sleep, how to take nap. And that's how you have to sit in the prayer gathering. So it's little monks, so there's nothing much. What you do? Really nothing. And of course, other senior monks, they have prayer to say, they have something to think. The young monk, they have nothing to think. Only thing you are thinking is to play. So that doesn't help. So then over time, then you learn. First you go like this, go here, go there, go like this, and maybe sometimes you kind of because this line is not like comfortable like this. Sometimes you flip over there. There's all kinds of things. There's slow because you get in trouble when you fall asleep. There's a discipline of looking around. You are not supposed to sleep. You are not supposed to nap in the prayer gathering. And there's all crowded. It's not like there's a lot of space. It's all touch. They generate heats. Then you got into trouble. They probably wake you up very gently. And there's 1,000 monks looking. Then you all turn red. Kind of embarrassing. So now you learn over time, maybe after 6-7 years, you learn now. One of my friends, you can't tell whether he's meditating or not. He won't move at all. Basically, he's napping. He's napping. That's why he's napping. I know because we sit very close. He's napping, so you can't tell. No, you don't have to be like this, no. The long period of time. If you start to move, then it's sleeping. So doesn't move. Can you imagine? If you learn how to take one of the best nap sitting like this, it's not one day, it's not 1 week, it's not 1 month. Month after week, day after day, week after month after year after year. You learn. So then sometimes like having a hard time sleeping, remember how you get one of the best sleeping like this, sitting like this. Now there's a bed, you can't sleep. That's hard to believe. Then So there, nothing to think, really nothing to think. What do you think? No prayer, you can't say much prayer. Oh. There's like what Shanti Deva said. Shanti Deva. If you make yourself familiar, there's nothing that doesn't become familiar. Who said Shanti Deva said, read God Buddha's lab. If you learn how to tolerate small problems, small difficulties, small hardship, you learn how to tolerate bigger hardship, bigger problems. You learn. Here in the West, it's like unthinkable. How in the world you sleep on the street? How in the world? That's how. Yeah, people learn. People learn. Like, that's what exactly the if you make yourself familiar, right now you think, oh, how in the world I will keep my mind here 1 hour. That's not going to happen. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. If somebody at the beginning, somebody says, oh, now take nap. Exactly like this. Alex, take nap. You can't take nap. How you can take nap? You think it's impossible. How you can take nap like this? Oh, yeah, that happened. That could happen. So in the beginning, it's kind of like, oh, that's not going to happen. Yeah, it is going to happen. It's going to happen. There's nothing, if you put effort, become easier. There's nothing. If you learn how to tolerate, how to bear small difficulties, small problems, then you learn how to bear the bigger problems. People who went through so much, they can tolerate more. People who went through nothing, they can even tolerate small things. Their life is so vulnerable, even small things makes them easy to upset, easy to suffer. No, leech. Here instead you have like in the water. Nepal, they don't live in the water, they live on the plant. So this group of people went from here to there. We are hiking on the mountain. There's like some temple there. One of the girls, like I think she's like 21 or 19, I don't remember exactly. She was bitten by this leech. She's screaming and like running down the hill. Local people, they kind of, oh, what happened? The local people kind of like, wow, like this. Turns out she's been eating, but she's never been bitten by a leech. And there, people bit by a leech all the time. But, she was kind of, because when the leech bites, there's kind of blood. You see quite a blood, but it's not poisonous, But there, people just, even the kids, a small boy, like, they just throw it out. Like that. Not just that girl, also, yeah, so Bill's brother, Tizzy, he was doctor in America, Atlanta. He was bitten by, I think Bill was bitten by, anyway, so things like that, they never learning able to bear small hardship that you learn. Yeah, so bigger difficulties, like could be physical problem, could be some problem in the mind. You think, oh, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's not going to be there forever. It will change. Maybe tomorrow it will be different. Maybe next week will be different. So like that. So anyway. Okay, so need to put effort. Then everything will become easier. So, so now you learn how to sit properly. And before this challenge, now you learn how to sit properly. Now it's no problem. Now you learn how to keep your mind on object. Now there's no problem. Before you cannot keep even 1 second. Now you can keep 1 minute. So you're kind of happy with that. So now what happens? Thought pops up. So now there's less thought. There's not many thoughts coming up because you learn pretty well how to take care of them. Even though thoughts rise and you don't follow them, you just simply notice them, look closely and disappear. So now you are able to sit there and not worry about much thought there. There's not much thought. So now, thinking. I'm saying. Tamilsimji Gombabus. Tamilsim Gombaba means you who's meditating. That's called Gombabu. Tamilsimji, you set up this subtle mind, awareness, observing whole meditations. That's not going to disturb the meditation. That's not going to disturb the meditations. This subtle mind, that's called introspections. That's not going to disturb your meditations. It needs to be there. It has to be there. So now, the problem is now that's what happens if you can stay a long period of time. Now, mind start to think. Oh. So what do? You need to think sunlight, moonlight, more light, or it doesn't help, or probably need to put some water, face, things like that. That's the way to take care, At the ancient time, they probably use, you see this tea light candle? A long time ago, people asked me, when I meditate, it's kind of like hard to tell whether I'm sleeping or not sleeping. So ancient time, they make bowls. So I did make that as for kind of a joke, but it is not very seriously. I make but bowl. You can put here, close to here, fill the water, not hot oil. Fill the water, then you meditate. Go like this, the water spill, you wake up. That's what in ancient time, that's what people do, So I'm not sure in the Zen tradition they say, I'm not sure how much truth in there, that somebody's walking around with a stick. I never went to Zen meditations. Can't tell. I've been one, but at that time nobody's walking with a stick. I examined very thoroughly. If somebody's walking with a stick, I will not go inside. In Switzerland, so I went there one. Everybody facing towards the wall, so there's nobody really walking around. And I heard, like strict rules, they walk with a stick. If somebody sleep, they just do. Anyway, ancient time, they wear this bowl, then they fill the water, then you move, then it split, then there's no alarm clock. Now you don't need to do that, you have alarm clock. Milarepa, butter lamp, now we have here and there. If you fill the butter there, then there's lid, there's all the lead. Lead? It's all the lead, right? Lead. The butter slowly melts inside that. So now there's you can see it somewhere there. If there's depend on the size of the container. Some size will probably last 24 hours. Some size lasts few hours, 6 hours, depend. Miller put one here is let. Meditate. Won't move at all. Finish. All the butter's been finished. I'm not sure how many hours. Won't move. That means so concentrated, so deep into the object. Could be emptiness, could something so deep. One of my own teachers now, he's like, he was 83 or something, one of the ex-abbot of the monastery. When he meditates, but he moves like kind of his old man, and he meditates, not sleeping, he's kind of maybe thinking or maybe thinking. You go inside, open the door, do something like that, he won't notice at all. You open the door, open the door to take something, come like that. Can't bother him. That's like, and a lot of people saw that. Because just very much concentrated. So now see, no thought. There's no thought at all. There's no thought. Six senses is not feeding any information. There's no, because six senses is not interactive with the object, so there's no information to feed in. So there's like the thought has no information to process because there's no information coming inside. So very much concentrated. So then okay. Then you kind of like mind kind of get sluggish, physical get kind of sluggish, mentally kind of get sluggish. Then you have to alleviate your spirit, thinking something light or something, There's one problem. The second problem, and get so excited now, then just get kind of out of control. Then like it's being like, Then it's getting now, it's like energy is like overflowing. Energy needs to be not too much, not too little, but there's no exact measurement. It varies from person to person. You have to judge based on your experience. There's no in the text. It didn't say, oh, this is much, that much. Same like guitar. When you play guitar, you can't tell how tight, how loose. That based on your experience, you do that. It's not like somebody tells you, no. So in order to get the right sound, if it's too tight, you don't get the right sound. If it's too loose, and that's why they test to get the right tune. Same like here, you know. So then that, you know, like in the beginning, so there's now kind of quite a challenge, you know, like either you sing or you get hyper or so excited. That goes on and on, like on and off, till like third, fourth, sixth, seventh stage. When you reach seventh stage, so then there's like now, in the beginning it's very obvious, now it's not that obvious. That's why you see the rabbit on the elephant. So now it's so subtle, you know, so it's not like very noticeable. So then eventually, so you'll overcome all these problems, so then you can concentrate. Like Milarepa. So I will make a butter lamp, so then put on your head, so then you sit there maybe one day. Why concentrate? Being still, peacefully being still, peacefully being yourself, peacefully being present, peacefully being within. That's why. There's no option, there's no another options. That's the only way to make your mind calm and peaceful. Concentrate. Develop, concentrate, produce wellness of mind and wellness of a physical body. That's the common goal. Physically, so you feel so light. Mentally, you feel so light. The mind is very like well balanced. Physical is well balanced. That's the abiding goal. Is like wellness, best form of wellness in the physical body, best form of wellness in the mind. So physical pliancy, mental pliancy. Temporary, when you started temporary benefit, then you enjoy more calm mind, peaceful mind. As a Buddhist, what do you use that? Or maybe as a non-Buddhist, maybe they are thinking, oh, I'm kind of sick of all this world that I'm in. People like complaining, get sick, get old, die. I'm kind of sick of those things. I'm probably looking go to better realms, realm where there's no sicknesses, no fighting, no competitions, no cheating. Oh, form realms probably. Or maybe within the desire realm, maybe there's like 7 different celestial realms, relatively better. Nobody's stealing anything. No. There's no bank there. There's no insurance company there. There's no insurance company. So there's many things. Then they probably aim for that. They probably produce next life. Probably they will be born there. Buddhists, no, that's not the goal. It's not like another realm. It's not a goal. Buddhists, that's the ultimate freedom. Not just temporary break here, there. No, just looking for ultimate break, not temporary break. Cease. The source, the root of all this problem, want to cease for forever, for good. So then they use karma abiding to analyze the root cause of samsara. So then that leads to them to meditate on emptiness. Then that will cease the root of all the problem. They are looking for ultimate break, not like going some other realms which has longer life, probably like last week of your death is not, there's kind of like suffering. Then other than that, pretty much, happiness. 1 week before you die, then you kind of know. 1 week before you die, you hear voice. So then there's nothing much you can do. Your body start to smell, the aura start to disappear, and even your friend doesn't come close. They just throw a flower from the distance. They are so afraid of smell, so they just throw. Then basically 1 week. It's like almost like there's a lot of suffering with last week. Before that, everything's fine. Looks young all the time. Smells good. No fighting. So then last minute. So then some of them get very upset because they thought there's liberations. Turns out it's not liberations. It's just temporary break. It's not moksha. So therefore this karma bhakti is not unique Buddhist practice. It's common practice. And what they're trying to get out, they're trying to get out the best wellness in the physical body, the best wellness in their mind. That's what because they're sick of all this thought, gross thought that pops up. They're all sick of that. So they want less thought. They want to keep their mind simple. They want less thought. They are kind of like sick of all this different thought that pops up. So they'll concentrate. So they'll reach there. They'll reach to the state there's almost no thought. There's only one thought. There's on the object. That's it. So then Buddhists that use now to see true truth, conventional truth, ultimate truth, so then trying to use that. So then they produce this called vipassana. It's called, especially inside vipassana. That's why they Shine karma bhakti produce this vipassana. The vipassana then recognize emptiness. Then liberations happens. Liberations. Now it's hard. Even though there's meditation on emptiness, but we learn, but we do that. Our thought here goes there, go here. Somebody knocks, it's right there. No, it's not. The concentration is very weak. Once you achieve karma bhakti, it's not like that. When you concentrate, somebody knocks. These senses are almost like temporarily shut down. Can you hear? So then that now focusing on 4-point analysis, the way to meditate on emptiness, you can really make progress because now you can really concentrate. You can concentrate. Before you finish 1-point analysis, now then something happened. Then that's why it's not like emptiness. Seeing emptiness is impossible. That's not true. It is very possible. Then why not I'm seeing? Because you don't have concentrations. Why don't I have concentrations? How much effort you put? Did you ever try? If you don't try, you can't say, somebody has this huge house. What is it called? What do you call? You can say, somebody has huge muscle. Why don't I have? Ask that person how he got. Probably put a lot of hard work. Not just sitting there simply wishing, I should have like one of them. That's probably not going to happen. There's some people can flip. You ask why I cannot flip. Ask that person what it requires. Probably needs a lot of trainings. Something like that. So the bottom line, why I have a problem with the delusions, why I have this negative thought? Because without concentrations, there's really nothing much you can do to stop negative thought. It requires concentrations. Without concentration, it's hard. It's hard. Stopping disturbing thought, it's hard. It's not easy. When you look at the Song of Experience, Lamrim teaching composed by Lama Tsongkhapa, stated very clearly there. Karma body will not cease the root of samsara. It will not cease. You can use that to produce special insight that will cease the root of samsara. Karma body itself will not cease root of samsara. Without that rooting out all the delusion, almost impossible. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. That's the truth. So now imagine not having any concentrations, how you are going to stop disturbing thought? Impossible. I could say, oh, you don't need concentration, you can just defeat them. That's lie. That's not true. We need some form of concentrations in order to stop disturbing thought. Without that, without concentrations, samsara will not cease. Or any delusions, challenging them, impossible. Rooting them out, impossible. Rooting them out without concentration, without shamatha, impossible. Rooting them out without shamatha, impossible. Challenging them without concentrations, impossible. You need concentrations to stop them. So that's why meditation, meditations reduce disturbing thought. That's why meditation is not just sit like this, to reduce, subdue disturbing thought. That's what meditation is for. Meditation is for subdue disturbing thought. In order to subdue disturbing thought, need to be mindful, need to learn how to concentrate. Without that, it's hard. But Lama Tsongkhapa says it very clearly. Shiniya lamda tewe sherabji chisam cheja nimo midobe. Shiniya lamda tewe sherabji nimo. Without concentration, it's very hard. It's very, very hard to challenge disturbing thought. Just forget about rooting them out. It's impossible. So therefore, so to be mindful, therefore Shantideva said, in the guide to Buddha's way of life, Deje Tane Katuv Gus, Yurin Tizu Cheche Chans, Simji Chabane Tiniri Temuzu, Deje Tane Katuv Gus, recitation, mantra recitation, meditation, prostration, could be anything. During this long period of time, but with a wonder mind, looking around, Shantideva said it doesn't have much substance. But it doesn't have much substance. That's why nothing happens. Doing this one, did I finish? I'm supposed to say 21 times. Did I really finish? I don't think, I don't have any feelings finishing them. Yeah, it's already done. It's already done because you are just looking around. It's done. Nothing happens. There's same thing which there's not much benefit. Not much, it's just I'm not sure what it's called. You could call it like Dharma practice, or I'm not sure what you call. What should I call? Maybe I'm not sure what I should call. Maybe it's just imitating something, or I don't know. 5 minutes. Did I really finish? If you say no, do it again. Do it again. It's okay. No, it's not going to. If you do it again, you create more merit. It's not going to have like you create less merit. It's like that. It's like almost like become like chore. To become like chore. Forgetting is about to fix the mind. It's forgetful. Or just like you need to that remind yourself when you do practice Shantideva, the message kind of reminds you, focus. Focus what you say, focus the benefit of money mantra, what the Lama says, focus. They focus like Lamrim, you are saying Lamrim text, focus. What it means, focus, think. Oh, so then it's good. If you're not able to say all of them, you say few words, but you're kind of aware. So maybe that's the way to change. Otherwise, they say, without karma binding, rooting out root of samsara, impossible. Without some form of concentration, challenging, disturbing thought, is difficult. It's difficult. So I just want to share, because today is the last class. So then see you in June. Yeah, see you in June. So then please study, meditate. You can try concentration meditation 5 minutes here, every day a little bit, and you get immense benefit. Okay. So the rest you can read. Oh yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the practice sessions that you advise us to do on Wednesdays while you're awake?
So what I suggest, Donna C, she's SPC. We've been talking here. I've been here last 20 years. Been talking. So some point that needs to stop. So that means like always talking how to make bread. Nobody make bread. We never made one. Last 20 years we are talking about making bread, but we didn't make even one bread. So it's now time to make bread and eat and test how it tastes, how it turns out. So that's what I'm suggesting to see. While I was gone, the Geshe will be here, so in April. Wednesday night, I really want to, the Hamula will lead, because Hamula is the best, will lead. So Wednesday night, come here and get some taste, some experience, what could be a very simple thing. Refuge and Buddhist prayer, that's all. Could be a very simple thing. Feel something. Feel. When you say there, be there 100%. In the teaching it says, Lo Ni Ta, Lo means mind, Ni means heart. Lo Ni Ta means chest. Lo Ni Ta, Tu means like focus through heart, through mind, through chest. What it means? It means be there 100%. Can be something simple, can be just refuge and Buddhist prayer, can be for immeasurable. How many times? I've been here 20 years. How many times you said? Just forget about me. I probably said more than billion times. So, you said all the time. Cosm, schism, all yeah, so if we do that, even just refuge in Buddhism, it doesn't have to be complicated one. Refuge in Buddhism prayer for immeasurables. If there's something that what we call blessing, you will receive. I want the bottom line. I want you to have the best, but you have to put some effort. If you don't put effort, there's nothing going to happen. It never happened before. It's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen in the future. Oh, somebody asked, Geshe Gelek will take care. No, sorry, can't take care. Only explain and encourage. So, for immeasurable refuge in Buddhist prayer, to feel, try to be there 100%. 100%. No need to do like 100,000 times, 10,000 times. Can be 2 times, 3 times, just to be there, feel something. Next time you say, oh, for immeasurable prayer is very liberating. Refuge in Buddhist prayer is very liberating. Oh, you got the test. You got some test. Oh, so something like that. And Alhamdulillah will lead that. So, and I suggest, don't see, it's already been written. I give some instructions. So, to you to create the cause for liberations, step by step. So then, it's my moral responsibility to create opportunity where everybody engage into the practice, not just talk, discussions. No, like the very purpose of learning is to put it into practice. If you don't put it into practice, just learn. Then what is the bodhicitta? Blah 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 blah. You can say blah blah blah. What do you feel? Oh, I don't know. I don't feel anything. What it means? You can say oh blah 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 blah. You can say all these things. What it means, really nothing. It is the things that you are saying is very powerful. Do you get any? Are you getting any benefit? Zero. Something's went wrong. So maybe now, Wednesday night focus. Even you like simple as refuge in Buddhist prayer. Just say, or you could chant and try to be there 100%. Try to be there 100%. Then that's good. Then we created opportunity for our friends to come here, practice. So then it's good. So then you feel something. Then otherwise, just it's just going to be words. So then I think there's a risk of that. Is like too much knowledge, very little practice. That's called chitip. First time when you hear Lamrim, so you kind of like, wow, that's like wonderful. Second time you hear, I heard this before. It's called chitip. Now the Lamrim cannot train you. Lamrim cannot train you because you are soaked with Lamrim. It means like just knowledge, that's all. So they go chitip, chugamitis. Tibet, they keep the butter in the skin. They don't have refrigerator. Usually, if the hard, tough skin can be softened by butter. But that very skin, they store the butter, that skin cannot be softened by butter. Why? It's too much soaked into butter. This mind now cannot be trained by Lamrim. Why? Because this is soaked in Lamrim too long, too much, no practice. So now, the bodhicitta means nothing. Taking refuge, what it means, nothing. It just become like part of the culture or tradition, something like that. So, so now it's time to get something or feel something. Because these are important things that you learn. These are very important because these are the instructions that lead you all the way to enlightenment, liberations. Need time to feel something rather than just, it's not good. Okay, so that's what I'm hoping. So, sorry, now it's 8:33. So that's the Wednesday night. So if you can, please participate. Simple as money mantra. You can say Om Mani Padme Hum, meditate, feel something. What each syllable means. It doesn't have to be a big complicated one. Don't just say Om Mani Padme Hum. Just sometimes think what it means. It can be simple things, but to try to do that, there 100% be there. So that's what we are trying to do. Okay. Oh yeah. Now Mike's page is out.
Okay.
Mike also got tired.
We turn to page 100 in the Gold Prayer Book. Saji perki Jushing metog tamri rablishi ni degen padi sangye jingdu mikte uwa yidoku namdak shingla chirpashok jetsu lame kutseraptem chinam kachile chochurge padang lozan tempe le mesasum gido we munsal ta tu neguchi idam guru ratamadalakam niryatayami. Now turn to page 235. We'll read the general dedication prayers. Gewadinu duda Lama Sangye Dugyune Dowa Chikyan Malupa Dei Sala Gerpa Shok Janshu Sancha Rinpoche Make Panam Kyrgyuchi Kewanyam Pame Paya Gone Gondu Pawa Shok Jampa Pawo Jita Kempadam Kudu Zampo Deyan Deshinte Deda Kungi Jesu La Chukchi Gewadida Tancherab Tungo Dusu Shepe Gewa Tancheki Ngowa Ganla Cho Tunga Pade Dashe Gewe Tsawadi Kunkya Zampo Churchurab Tungo Wargi. Then 244, 245 for the short, long life prayers. Ganrira we korwe shinkam dir pendan dewa malu shunwene chenre se guan tenzing yatsoi jape site badu tengyuchi jonu iye nala wang shotu awatare tsembara tsopa lo sangye we deton lek pelsho jasyen gengyo lama sowade Tupsu chan jin jang gen gewe tenzin kyon pewe kunzu do bodze chosum kuwe lek mun tudu padok so duje kundu japten sho. Then 7 green tar mantras for Geshe and Geshe Sampo's long, healthy, happy life, so they will accomplish what they desire in their trip to Argentina and California, and so that they'll have a safe return and continue teaching at the Kadampa Center for eons. Om Taritu re soha. 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 Om Taritu re soha.